Hi everyone, welcome back for another testimony of the week. This one started sometime in 2009, 2010. I was going through a divorce and I was back to work. So I had found a woman in my neighborhood who ran a licensed daycare out of her home. And so my routine was to drop off my son to her home in the morning. I would go to work, and in the early evening I would return and pick him up. Every day went like this. And on this particular day, when I got to her home, my son was not there. And I was so confused at first. And then she went on to explain to me that his grandmother had picked him up, which was really strange. I couldn't imagine why she would pick him up and why she wouldn't call me to let me know she had picked him up. And so I said, what could I do? I said, okay. And I started making phone calls, and nobody would answer my phone call. I drove to everyone's house I could think of where he would be, and nobody's car was there. Nobody was answering the door. And so now I'm panicked. Like, something is really wrong. My son is gone, and I can't get a hold of anybody. Nobody is responding to me. So I called 911, and they explained to me that unless I had a court order explaining that, this was my parenting time and I'm supposed to have him, that basically he's assumed to be with the other parent, and that is totally legal, and there's really nothing that they could do to help me. So my nightmare began. And yeah, it would be 6 months before I would see him again. I didn't know that then. So every day I drove around the streets of Arizona, Mesa, Arizona, looking for any little boy that looked like him. Just trying to figure out where he went, where would she take him? Why would she take him like that? And, people talk about their heart breaking, having a broken heart. I literally felt my heart tear open. It was a pain I can't even describe. The most painful experience of my life. And when I did finally get to see my son again, he didn't recognize me. He didn't know me. He wouldn't come home with me. And I don't know. There was so much sadness, so much brokenness. And, time went on, and there was paperwork filed and everything settled, and, years passed, and it was a normal thing now. He lived with his dad in Arizona. I had moved to California for a job opportunity, and it was normal for him to come and visit me on school breaks and for the summer times. And, one summer I was getting ready to book his flight to go back home, and he said, I don't want to go home. I want to live with you, and I want to go to school here in California. And so that's what we did. I called his dad and said, hey, he wants to live here. And he said, well, I think that would be a good idea, actually. I was going to call you and see if we could do that. And so that was just incredible. So for the next few years, Hudson came and lived with me and his brothers and his stepdad. And while he was with us, August of 2016, I got a phone call from his dad with heartbreaking news, letting me know that his younger brother had tragically passed away in a car accident. And it was so hard to tell my son that his uncle was dead. And it was awful. We cried, and I don't even know how. It was just such a horrible thing. But then what happened next was just even shocking to me, is that I was moved with so much pity for his grandmother, who had years earlier kidnapped my child and kept him from me. I was moved to call her and to offer my condolences. I mean, my sincere, genuine condolences for the loss of her son, her youngest son. And then I called my friends and I said, please call her. Show her the love of Jesus. She really needs hope and encouragement right now. Please do this for me. Please do this. She needs this. And I know in my own power, my own flesh, my own mind, my own emotions, I would never make that phone call. I wouldn't make that call. But through the power of the Holy Spirit, through God, not only was I able to make that call, I was genuinely mourning with her. I was genuinely, sincerely crying with her, and able to, meet that moment with compassion and mercy and tenderness. Everything I know Jesus would want us to show. That's what the love that he would have shown. And as you can tell, this is a difficult one for me to share, but I hope that it does encourage you. And more importantly, I pray that it will move you to, lean into those circumstances, maybe to those people that God has put in your life that challenge you, and lean on him to give you what you need and when you need it, because through the work of the Holy Spirit, it is possible to show love to even your enemies. All right, I hope this encourages you. Bye.